loved cake, and I always loved saying in Vegas, sun's out, fun's out.
Check it out. Check it out.
So this is natural vanilla bean. It has buttermilk powder in there. My secret ingredient is actually a lemon seltzer water. And I bake this up. It's actually a day and a half. I let it sit. And then I take it out of the refrigerator to come to room temperature. And like I was saying, how can you make a burger a little bit healthier? Add a little lettuce. It's kind of the same mentality with my desserts. So what I did is I made a kind of a stewed fruit version of, well, I'll tell you the ingredients. It's apricots for a little bit of that light depth, but it had more sweetness.
Gotcha.
The peaches, a tiny bit of ginger because I didn't want to add any acid to the oil that I was adding into this because I use the CBD oil down there. And it's an olive oil that it's a brand I've been working with, and they're based out of California. And I love this. This is like a culinary CBD, and we'll have all the links up for you. But this is like a culinary CBD edition. It's the most simplest, seamless, tasteless thing. And you have little droppers if you want to taste them.
That's what it's found.
And it's
super, super, super light and fluffy.
It is.
It's almost like a light olive oil.
That's exactly what it is. It's a super light olive oil. And you can really kind of meld this into any recipe in that mentality. When you think about cooking with cannabis or cooking with CBD, you want to think about how, especially for me as a chef, I want to think about how I can make it a seamless transition from something that may seem scary or a little bit intimidating to something that is olive oil. It smells light and fluffy.
I gotcha.
So what I have here is 1/3 less fat cream cheese, and I don't use it for the 1/3 less fat. Like I'm not worried about the fat.
Because you're so.
Okay, this is marathon running right here.
Like no fat, like really bringing on.
So well, this is it. And this is how I do this. I run a lot and I bake a lot and cook a lot.
Cool.
So without running, I would be in my other chef's coats from culinary school.
I got you. I feel
Yeah, and Dina does all the cooking in the house, and so I'm like 20 pounds heavier as well. So yeah, I totally get it.
Nice.
Yeah.
So moving on, now that my face is nice and flushed, is we have the 1/3 less fat cream cheese because it has a twine to it. It has a little bit more of it's less fat that's coating on your tongue, which takes away from the natural flavors. This helps to slightly cut through that, but you want the richness and the creaminess to be there.
Cool.
So for the cream part, I put in vanilla bean paste, which actually, if you wouldn't mind grabbing that one.
This one?
Yes.
Ah.
So that is my vanilla bean of choice for the moment. It is on the market, easy to find. It's vanilla bean paste.
Where do you get it?
I got mine on Amazon.
Amazon.
Yeah.
There you go.
You might not be able to find it in your local market.
TJ's, no?
I'm not, I don't think that, gosh, I don't think any of them really do, but online.
There you go. Online, super duper.
And it's so concentrated. Exactly, and it's so concentrated.
So,
and
that'll do it.
Exactly, and that's what I added in here, which is part of this taking over that ginger smell.
Right.
Because we really didn't want ginger, peaches and cream.
That's right.
So we have the 1/3 less fat cream cheese. We have the vanilla bean paste. We have an all-natural sugar. And then what I added in was a Greek yogurt that has peaches in it.
Not Chobani?
No, not Chobani.
Okay.
And this has a higher protein content, which I love because I'm always talking about proper nutrition and enjoying your nutrition. And one way to get in a higher protein count and add a little extra texture and flavor into what is already in here, that's what this does. And so I have one container in here, and the cream cheese is softened, and that's all I have. I have your lemon juice, some from your trees, and vanilla bean paste sugar, and then I'm just gonna stir in this last little bit. And this is a beautiful sound. I love doing these things live when you really get to see it behind the scenes. Or in this case,
not fake like on other shows.
Yes, or
us imposters.
So we just want to incorporate this. This is not the medicated part And you can medicate this. I chose not to because I like texture, I like flavor, I like things to keep me kind of intrigued by what I'm eating. I get bored easily. So I'm going to do this, and I know that 2 tablespoons equals 5 milligrams. I made this super low dose.
Okay.
So I can infuse this, or I can infuse that. I wanted to show different stages of what you can make anything, any dosage, as long as you pay attention to your recipe, your total weight, you measure it out, you do the quick little math that we all have learned in elementary school, how to add and subtract and divide.
Some people,
like measure
others.
and have recipes and you follow them.
That's kind of crazy.
I am so
most people that I know that are chefs are like a little and then stop measuring. Ooh, that's
I know, right?
novelty.
And I have 2 different scales with me. I have droppers.
Question
and
for it. Okay, this is what always pops up. CBD is an amazing compound. However, how do you figure on weight per dose? Is it okay? I'm not the smallest guy in the world, and I come in at about 205. You don't. You're like this. So if I have 1 slice, okay, I'll be fine. My countenance will go ahead and absorb it. I'm good.
1 slice?
That's enough out of you. You, on the other hand, 1 slice, will that lay you out because of the concentration, or is there a ratio of like poundage to personage to?
I think a lot of the confusion comes in where the only consistency in cannabis and hemp are inconsistencies, because you have to know your body. It's true. The only thing consistent are the inconsistencies.
Sure.
And so
Every person is completely different.
yeah,
I mean, look at Denise. I mean, she's almost the size of you, and I mean, she's able to
exactly. So the thing is
enjoy a higher level of concentration than, whereas if I did this even the tiniest little bit and I am done.
and see, that's the thing, is that first and foremost, I live by the statement, besides the inconsistencies, is that you start low, go slow. Always. Always. Forever. And that doesn't mean you start low, go slow once. It means you try a new product, you try something else, you're starting low again. You're starting every time. Start low.
Great idea. Great advice.
Go slow. And
Go slow.
I always look for lower milligram dose that I can spread across different products. And I always, because I'm a Girl Scout, I'm always prepared. So I always make an unmedicated version, meaning no cannabis, no hemp, no nothing, and a medicated with CBD, with whatever. It depends on the application and where I am and what I'm doing. And that's why this is dosed. This can be dosed. This can be dosed. The coffee creamer is dosed. And we'll get to that. So each component you can tailor toward what you would like.
Gotcha.
And that's when I say, for somebody who was, in particular, I did a dinner party and I was educating them on CBD and hemp. And one woman was very skeptical. Bless her heart, I will never judge. Because I came at this from a doctor as a dad and a dietitian as a mom, and I had a lucrative private chef business. And I remember my parents once asking me, I told them I was going to start working with infused foods, and they're edibles. And they were like, well, isn't all your food edible? And so it's, I came from that background, and it took me research, and I read medical journals. I've been in this for eons now, and I've written a book on it, but I always feel like there's something more to learn, always something to share, always something to do. And so, I mean, I'm 12, I don't know, not gonna date myself. It's been a few years that I started, exactly. It's been, a long time that I've been working with this, so I pride myself on saying, I do the math for you. 2 tablespoons of this equals this.
Right.
A half a cup of this, quarter cup of this equals this.
So it's no mystery, where you're at.
Exactly. And you say, if you want the unmedicated,
Well, I'm just ready to grab a spoon and like serve, like
Oh,
be
you
able
want
to
me to go?
directly out of there.
this is
But that's
so
just me. I'm not
delicious.
sure about everybody else.
So, but while we're doing this, I'm actually going to, first of all, trust you with something I never trust anybody with, which is one of my knives. And so, cut a slice. Whatever slice you want. While he's doing that, what I'm going to do is get onto the CBD cream. I took that olive oil, and why I put it in these glass jars is that you can put it in this individually, so that way if you have a little coffee or cocktail party, it's individually done for the guest. These are just, I even left the jar top on, strawberry jam. So in here, we have CBD infused whole milk with cinnamon and 1 teaspoon of the infamous vanilla paste. And I like to let this actually get warm, not hot, shake it up. And I know that 1 teaspoon of this
That was
is
a
going to be,
technique. I hope you guys saw that. That was a official. That's a technique.
yes.
Shaking up.
So
Watch
shake
that.
really, really hard.
There you go. That's how you're supposed to do it.
Step forward.
Pay attention.
All right. After that,
She's professional, so she's got this one down. She can,
exactly. So
Okay.
I usually then portion it out for my guests. They can add to their coffee. I mean, you got to have a little milk of coffee. You can have a little cream. So I lived in New York. It's okay.
Never forget.
Plus, I have my mother coming in with New York, Minnesota accent. Oh, sure, don't you know? Where's the coffee? All right. So we're gonna. So you can hand me a bowl, please. So the way we're gonna do this is, I know 2 tablespoons by eye, because I've worked in General Mills. I've worked in major companies where I have to eye a weight, eye a measuring. But for the people who are not chefs that are trained with a trained eye, what I would do is, yes, my hands are clean, is that I took the pound cake, which essentially it's kind of like a pound cake. It's still a little cold, but I prefer it to be room temperature, even warmed in the oven again. And then, do you care how much?
Lay it out.
All right, so I'm going to do one the way I would do this.
there's no
Is-
such thing as too much of stuff like this.
Exactly. So I like it like that. And for me, because I know my CBD dose is a bit higher.
She's a heavy pour. Heavy-handed. Nice.
Hi, Mom.
When we're making cocktails, she's making mine.
So here we go. Another thing I like to do is add a little crunch. But I didn't do that this time because I want you to taste the flavor of what this is. So then it is ginger snaps on top, a little bit of the coffee creamer. Enjoy. All right, big reveal. I whispered, sorry, it's a little cold. Suspense. Is this what the chefs feel at Dr. Dragons and Dives? We're like, what do you think? Oh, that's it for coffee talk.
Mine.
Oh, all right, we're gonna divvy this out for the 2 of us now. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and be sure to keep an eye out for the rest of the conference, the rest of the things that they have lined up. It's all really great, and I know you're gonna love every bit of it.
Oh, and be sure next week and next Saturday on the 15th, come on back, because we're going to have more than just coffee talk. So be sure to join CANNA World Expo next Saturday the 15th, 9:30 again. We're going to have awesome, amazing Chef Melissa on, and she's going to be surprising us with something really yummy, delicious, and exciting. Woo!
Cheers, you guys.
Be good.